Support for Radio Friends comes from Homestead Senior Care, providing trustworthy, kind-hearted senior home care services in your loved one's home. All caregivers are thoroughly screened, extensively trained, professional, and reliable. Homestead is all about providing the highest quality home care service to fit you and your family's needs. Plus, if you would be interested in becoming a caregiver, they offer great part-time positions. Give them a call at 573-442-4333 or check it out at homestead.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friend. Good to have you with us today. We got a couple of really interesting topics. Let's start first of all with Jill Womack. TRYPS, good to have you here, Jill.
How are you doing?
What have we got going?
We've got Seussical Jr. going.
Seussical Jr.?
Yes.
Okay, and what is that?
So it's a wonderful adaptation of a bunch of the wonderful Dr. Seuss books, all mushed together with the best music ever.
Yeah.
So how can you miss that?
And when is that going to be?
It's going to be May 4th, 5th, and 6th. We've got a Friday night show at 7, Saturday matinee at 2, and an evening show at 7, and then Sunday at 2. But it's only an hour long, so for the ADHD adult like me, perfect.
Okay.
But more important for our young audiences, it's the perfect amount of time for them to sit and enjoy maybe their first trip to live theater.
Yeah. It's not Seussical the musical.
It is the junior version.
The junior version of Seussical the
So
musical.
it's a really great new movement in children's theater that the companies who own the rights to these brilliant musicals are adapting them for young actors and young audiences. So they're taking these great shows and like Little Mermaid, and they're bringing them down to an hour or about 70 minutes so that we can do school matinees and the schools can come see them. Or so our young actors who, in a rehearsal period, they can't handle 3 hours worth of material, right. But for 70 minutes worth of material, they can shine. So
and that is when now?
It's going to be May 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's going to be in the Warehouse Theater at Stevens College, which is at 104 Willis. And boy, is it fun. It's an intimate little 150-seat, 3/4 round. So you're practically on stage with the actors. And I'm sure they're going to run through the theater and maybe sit on your lap.
Okay.
You don't know.
And the next thing you have is?
The next thing coming up is the summer camps. We've got 5 weeks of summer camps coming up for kids who are going into kindergarten through 7th grade. And then the summer show is Little Mermaid.
Okay.
So we're excited.
So you got all kinds of good things going on. If people want more information, the website is the best place to go.
It's a great place to go. You can even pre-purchase tickets there. And it's www.TRYPSkids, TRYPSkids.com.
Okay.
TRYPSkids.com.
Thank you.
It's always great to see you.
It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
You're the best.
Well, you are. Once again, if you want more information, you go to the website. It's got everything on it for the summer camp and for all the shows. It's www.TRYPSkids. Is it kid or kids?
TRYPSkids.
TRYPSkid.com. Kids. Okay. TRYPSkids.com. And that'll give you everything. Okay? Now I want to introduce you to a young guy who really is quite the entrepreneur. Him and his brother, Dustin Stanton. Good to have you here, Dustin.
Hey, Paul. Thank you.
You and your brother have the largest, is it the largest freestanding?
The largest independent free-range egg operation in the U.S.
The largest
free-range
independent egg operation in the country?
Correct.
In the country?
Yes.
And you live in Centralia.
We do.
Yeah. Now, this started when you were, what, in the first grade or second grade?
In the first grade. Yep. We had the project where the 4-H brought in 6 feral eggs. You got to watch them hatch. And as a first grader, someone got to take them home. And I really, really, really wanted them.
Yeah.
And I told my teacher that. I was the only one that won to the last day. And another girl put her name in too. So luck would have it, she ended up winning them. So I went home with tears in my eyes and talked to my uncle. And from that situation and the tears, he was the one that actually bought me and my brother our first 6 chicks.
You had 6 chickens.
Yep.
And you started with that. That was when you were in the first grade.
Correct, 1999.
Now, how many chickens do you have?
So we're a little down at the moment, but we still have about 7,200 birds, which is
7,200.
Still a lot, yes.
Yes.
So what we do is we count all the feet and we divide by 2.
And you collect all these eggs every day.
Yep.
How many eggs are you collecting in a day with 7,200 chickens?
So what we average is about 500 dozen per day, which is about 6,000 eggs. That's 3,500 dozen per week.
And you do this manually, right? You collect these eggs, then you wash them.
We do.
You candle them. And
Yep.
for people who don't know what candling is, you look for blood spots in the egg.
You check the interior of the egg, put it up to a light.
And then you deliver them to stores.
We do. So it's a completely vertically integrated operation. So we do everything from growing the grain of milo, a non-GMO grain, on the farm, to grinding that, feeding them. We do have some automation with gathering. They lay in a belt, which they can lay on a nest, which has a belt, which can bring eggs to us. But a lot of the chickens don't do that too.
Right. Okay. The chickens don't
have
quite
their own
understand
mind.
that. Right? But you grow your own food.
We do.
Feed the chickens. Now this was such an outstanding operation you had that you caught the attention of Claire McCaskill and Mark Zuckerberg.
We have.
You had Mark Zuckerberg fly to Colombia specifically to come to your farm.
Yep.
He got off the plane, he came to your farm and toured, and now you're on a board with Zuckerberg?
Yeah. Well, so what happened was he came out with his private jet, which is just kind of cool.
Yeah.
He flew into Como Airport, and then came up to Centralia, spent about 2.5 hours with us.
To your house?
To our house, our farm.
Well, when did you find out that Mark Zuckerberg was going to come to your place?
So we got a call about 6 weeks in advance before he came, and I thought it was a joke. I did not think Mark Zuckerberg was going to come to our farm here in Missouri, but it was from a legitimate source, and so I'm like, well, maybe it's true. And then we got another call, and 3 weeks before he came out, his chief of staff came to the farm to check it out. 2 weeks before, some other execs came out to check the layout.
So you knew at this point it was all on the level?
I was thinking it was on the level. He came on a Thursday. The Tuesday before, his security team came out to lay out the farm. And then before
His security team?
He did. It was a pretty intense operation. If you see in the pictures, you see him and us, but there's about 18 or 20 other people there, and the majority of that's security. He has a pretty tight operation.
Wow. Well, that's pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. That is pretty impressive. So he came away impressed.
Yes.
You were impressed. Mm-hmm. And where do you see it going now?
So the whole point was that we connected on several issues. The reason he chose us was because he wanted to choose millennial entrepreneurs, which is what we are. So he came out, met us, and introduced himself to us. He is also creating a board of small business owners all across the country, coastal and as well as the Midwest as well. And he wants to connect with what's going on in the entire U.S. So a part of that board is that if something comes up in Missouri, that Facebook will be able to connect with both Austin or myself to see what's going on and how that influences Facebook. They've very much been about connecting individuals. They want you to have a lot of Facebook friends, but they've really changed their mission, and now it's about community.
Yeah. Well, do you have a website that people can go to and check all this information out?
We have a Facebook.
A Facebook page. You have to have a Facebook page.
We have to have a Facebook
right?
page.
Mark Zuckerberg would be upset if you didn't. So what's your Facebook?
It's just Stanton Brothers Eggs.
Stanton Brothers Eggs, and the whole story is on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dustin, I thank you so much for coming by. Very interesting. You need to come back again, and we'll go more in detail about this.
It's a lot.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, tell your brother hi and tell your dad hi.
Oh, will do.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
Good having you here once again. We're out of time for today, so go to Facebook, Stanton Brothers Eggs. Okay?
Correct.
Bye-bye.